Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look and a quick review of the Verilux HappyLight 2500. This is claimed to be a mood and energy enhancing light, which sells on Amazon and through the company's website for about 40 bucks, which isn't too expensive when compared to other models on the market. Now, just in the US alone, the cosmetic industry brings in a revenue of roughly $56.6 billion annually, which is a huge amount. And so this is an interesting product because it bridges between that tech side of things and the cosmetic industry, so it's a smart move by the company. We've checked out a few of Verilux's product in the past, namely some of their wake-up lights, which features kind of a slowly dimming effect. It simulates the experience of waking up in the sun, and this one is just a light, so it doesn't have any smart, extra clock functions tied to it, but the company does claim that allows you to, quote, beat winter blues and the effects of seasonal changes, and you can just put this next to a desk and turn it on when you're browsing the web on your computer, laptop, or maybe even put it into the kitchen. It can also, of course, work in a restroom, and it helps you improve, quote, mood, energy, and sleep patterns. So it's certainly interesting, and because it kind of simulates the sun, even in places and seasons without the sun, it helps you to regain focus and productivity. At least that's the premise of this unit. And they have a lot of charts as well as data that they claim allow this unit to work. So otherwise, it's called the 2500 because it has a 2500 lux to this particular lamp, and the light itself can be swapped out. They actually sell replacement lamps on their website for about 10 bucks a pop, and it uses roughly 26 watts. The company is also claiming to use a special optics lens, filters inside, which diffuses the light to reduce glare and create kind of a natural lighting effect. We'll show you guys that in a moment with the demo. And otherwise, you can turn the unit on and off. It has a dedicated switch to it. It doesn't really flicker. It's relatively even, but you can't change things like the dimness. You can't make it brighter and less bright. So for those things, you have to probably opt out for a more expensive and higher end model. This seems to be the base model that the company is selling. So taking a closer look at the design of the unit next, we have just the HappyLight logo on the very bottom. The base features some ventilation grills because the lamp itself does get quite hot. There are four rubber feet, which prevents the lamp from sliding around when you place it on a surface or a desk, and the actual bulb itself is encased inside this filter as well as this plastic part. Back features some additional, again, places to vent out the heat, and there's just a cord which is non-removable plugged into the wall along with the switch on the sides here. The cable length is actually quite long. I would say it's about 2 meters in length, which really isn't a huge problem, I'd say. You can easily plug it into a desk and then still have it sit up properly, and the other side can go into a simple wall plug. Otherwise, the bulb itself is also claimed to be energy efficient, so it shouldn't draw too much extra power, produces 150 watts of natural spectrum light. So other uses that Verilux wants to quickly mention is that it may also help you combat effects of shifting from work, maybe jet lag after you've gotten off an airplane, and just general fatigue. And so those are the things that they're claiming this will help you combat. So turning things on quickly, I'm going to give you a demo of how this looks. Basically, it seems kind of blue on camera, but in real life, it's actually a very even kind of white glow. It almost seems a bit, it's an omnidirectional light, basically, instead of a traditional lamp that you might see where the light goes only in one direction. This one pops off from all the centers, and it is quite even. The color itself, it's a pale light, but it does kind of simulate the sun, I would say. It's not overly tinted in terms of the color. It doesn't have a really yellow tint to it. It also isn't too harsh like a lot of fluorescent lights or LED lights you might see. It's a very even glow. And we did some testing, I guess. I'm not a huge morning person, so I tend to not enjoy waking up, let's say at 6 or 7 in the morning. So I put this next to my bed, and when I woke up brushing my teeth, I turned the lamp on. It did help me wake up a little bit faster, but I'm also not sure if it's just because there's a bright light source next to me, which allows me to kind of sense that a day is going by. I need to wake up and do things. But otherwise, again, it basically works. The unit itself is quite stable. It basically is just a desk lamp, so you can place it anywhere. It doesn't take up too much space, and you can use it to also maybe do some work. It's bright enough for you to read as well if you have a book next to it. Definitely bright enough to write, so it creates again, pretty even glow on a desk, so allows you to also use it as a traditional desk lamp if that's what you're going for. Otherwise, the look itself, I would say it's clean, it's fairly modern, it's not anything too flashy and not anything we really haven't seen before, but fairly compact, a lot smaller than some of the more expensive models that the company is also selling. Otherwise, I would say, again, it is a fairly standard light. We didn't have any issues in terms of flickering. You can see it's quite even, quite stable. As far as improving my mood, yeah, I do feel productive when I'm using it. I'm not sure if it's going to make me dramatically happier just by using it. I still think part of that might be a placebo effect, or maybe just the company's advertising for this type of product in general, not just by Verilux's part. But overall, as far as Happy Lights go, this one isn't too overpriced, and it does a reasonable job even if you're just looking for a desk lamp, I'd say. So you can check out more details about this in our official written review, but this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. This has been the Verilux HappyLight 2500.